The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Thomas approached the podium. His heavy footsteps echoed through the vast hall, drawing curious glances from the assembled alien representatives. Many shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Humans were still relatively new to interstellar politics, and their reputation preceded them. "Esteemed delegates," Thomas began, his voice steady despite the tension. "I understand your concerns regarding humanity's request to join the peacekeeping forces. However, I believe there's a fundamental misunderstanding about my species that I'd like to address." From the upper tier, Ambassador Varrock of the Silicarid Confederation raised a crystalline appendage. "With respect, human, your kind hails from what our scientists classify as a Class 12 death world. Your very physiology is optimized for violence and survival under extreme conditions. How can we trust such predatory instincts in delicate diplomatic situations?" Thomas smiled slightly. It wasn't the first time he'd heard this argument. "That's precisely the misconception I wish to correct, Ambassador. Humans aren't apex predators in the traditional sense. We didn't evolve to be the fastest or strongest species on Earth." He activated the holographic display, showing primitive humans on the African savanna. Early humans were prey animals for countless predators. Lions, hyenas, crocodiles, all viewed us as food. We were slower than antelopes, weaker than apes, and lacked natural weapons. The images shifted to show humans hunting in groups, crafting tools, and building shelters. What made us different wasn't our predatory nature, but our response to danger. We didn't just survive our death world, we studied every predator that threatened us. The display showed ancient cave paintings of lions, then modern wildlife preserves. When we faced something that could kill us, we learned from it. We observed its strengths, adopted its strategies, and eventually protected it. Ambassador Krell of the Draxian Empire scoffed, mandibles clicking. "Yet you've driven countless species on your world to extinction. Your history is written in the blood of your planet's biodiversity." Thomas nodded solemnly. "We've made terrible mistakes through ignorance, but consider this. Earth is the only known homeworld where apex predators still exist in their natural state. When we recognized their value, we changed our behavior to preserve them." The hologram displayed images of wolves, tigers, sharks, and eagles, all fierce predators living in protected habitats. On most member worlds, evolution led to one dominant species eliminating its competition. You've all told us tales of your ancestors eradicating the predators that threatened them. He shifted the display to show human conservation efforts. But humans took a different path. Once we secured our survival, we didn't eliminate our predators, we sheltered them. We studied their hunting techniques, their pack behaviors, their territorial instincts, and incorporated those lessons into our understanding of the universe. Ambassador Lyra of the Aquarian Collective leaned forward, her bioluminescent tendrils pulsing with interest. "What relevance does this have to peacekeeping, Ambassador Thomas?" "Everything," Thomas replied. "Humans understand predatory behavior because we've preserved it rather than destroyed it. We recognize aggression patterns, territorial displays, and dominance behaviors across species because we've lived alongside our predators for millennia." He deactivated the hologram and placed both hands on the podium, looking around the chamber. "We don't face natural predators anymore because we took them all in, not as trophies or specimens, but as teachers. Every wolf pack taught us about coordinated tactics. Every big cat showed us patience and precision. Every hawk demonstrated the value of perspective." The chamber remained silent, but the quality of the silence had changed. There was thoughtfulness, now consideration rather than suspicion. "Humanity doesn't wish to join your peacekeeping forces despite coming from a death world," Thomas continued. "We wish to join because of it. We've learned to be guardians rather than conquerors. We understand that strength means nothing without restraint, and that true security comes from balance, not dominance." Ambassador Varrock's crystalline form refracted, light as he shifted position. "Your perspective is unexpected, human, but your species is still young among the stars. How can we be certain you won't revert to primitive instincts when faced with genuine threats?" Thomas smiled. "Because those instincts aren't what you think they are. When early humans faced predators, our first innovation wasn't the spear, it was the warning call. Our first survival strategy wasn't the ambush, it was the community. We survived not by becoming the ultimate predator, but by becoming something new. Guardians who could think like predators when necessary. He straightened his shoulders. The galaxy faces threats that require understanding of predatory behaviors without surrendering to them. That balanced perspective is humanity's offering to the Council. After a long moment, Ambassador Lyra's tendrils glowed with approval. I propose we consider the human request with an open mind. Perhaps there is wisdom in preserving what most would destroy. As the chamber erupted in discussion, Thomas stepped back from the podium. The path forward wouldn't be easy, but the first step had been taken. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't that they had no natural predators left. It was that they had learned to see value in what had once terrified them. In doing so, they had become neither prey nor predator, but protectors, a role the galaxy might soon desperately need.